Hi, everybody. It's Monday, and welcome to Devotions. Some of you are enjoying a long weekend, I think, and I hope all is going well. Well, what is greatness? We hear a lot about greatness these days from all over the place, maybe especially politicians. What is it? Jesus said this about greatness. I'll read it to you from Mark's Gospel, reading from chapter 9. He said, Jesus called the 12 and said, if anybody wants to be first, he must be the very last and the servant of all. And he took a little child and he had him stand among them. And taking him in his arms, he said to them, whoever welcomes one of these little children in my name welcomes me. And whoever welcomes me does not welcome me, but the one who sent me. Well, there are two ways of thinking about greatness. The one is the way of the world, and the other one is Jesus' way. The way of the world is to want to be the most important, to want to be the most powerful, to want to be in control, the most successful, perhaps the richest, to win all the prizes. And in order to get there, people will push themselves forward. And in pushing themselves forward, they've got to push other people aside, sometimes through abuse, emotional abuse, verbal abuse, physical abuse at times. War is an example of how people want to be in control and want to be the most powerful and the greatest in a situation. Sometimes dishonesty, people tell lies about one another, or perhaps hide the truth about other people. We harm, we kill in order to be in control. But Jesus' way is different. To be the greatest in Jesus' book is to be our true selves, which is made in the image of God. When they speak about the greatness of Jesus or the glory of Jesus, particularly in John's Gospel, you will see that it's always referring to his death on the cross and the love that he showed there, the sacrifice that he made there. There was a Catholic priest during the Second World War called Maximilian Kolbe. And together with many others, he was put into a Nazi prisoner of war camp with many of the Polish people because he was a Polish guy. And one day, one of the prisoners in that camp escaped. And the guards in charge of the camp said, if that man does not come back tomorrow morning, 10 of you will die. Well, he didn't come back. And so at random, they chose 10 out of the prisoners and led them off. But one of them cried out, my wife, my children are still alive outside this camp. I can't die now. And Maximilian Kolbe stepped forward and he said, will you let me take his place? They allowed him to do that. And they marched them off to a bunker. It was the middle of winter. They were given no extra clothing. They were given no food. And they were given no water. And there, in that bunker, in the cold of winter, slowly but surely they got weaker and began to die one by one. And Kolbe was there to pray for them, to encourage them, and to minister to them, until eventually he himself, who was the last, was leaning up against a wall, weak and frail, and they injected him with carbolic acid and killed him. Now, is that not greatness? Showing the love and the spirit of Jesus Christ. And if we in our lives are to show the greatness that Jesus talks about, it will require of us humility, be willing to put ourselves in second place at times, being willing to serve even when it means sacrifice, being willing to think about the needs of others and not just of our own needs, and to be willing to give of ourselves and to pay attention to those who are weak, those who are in need, like the little child that Jesus put in their midst. Our aim, our purpose is to be like Jesus. And in seeking to be like him, we will, by the power of the Holy Spirit, be enabled to show something of what Jesus called greatness, our true selves, as we were made to be. May God bless you and enable you and me to live in that way as we go into the days of the week that lies ahead. God be with you and bless you.